veins full of coffee.
Yeah.
Do you ever, like, what the fuck?
What? I like a good coffee piss in the morning, though. That's one of my favorites.
See, so all day long, my piss smells like coffee. I pee coffee. I drink more coffee than water.
Well, how much blood's in your piss?
0.
What?
I don't know. I don't analyze it.
Well, your piss isn't red?
Never. Yours is?
I mean, most of the time.
Because you get kicked in the dick.
I do. I kick myself
solid
in the
red
dick.
or red speckles?
It's like a translucent.
How would there be red speckles in liquid?
Well, have
that
you ever
would be
seen a lava
gonorrhea.
lamp?
Flakes?
That would be blood clots,
Have you ever
and that
seen
would be
a lava lamp?
gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea's blood clots? I've never gotten an STD despite all the unprotected sex I've had.
Nice work. Me neither. I think I almost got crabs once.
I have never had shit.
I think you can almost
And I
get
think I
crabs
can
now
count
that,
on-
now
I
that
think
I've said that.
I think I can count on one hand how many times I've actually used a condom.
That's good stuff.
We're live.
Excellent work, Chrissy.
Hi,
Lessons for the kids.
I'm Chrissy McCagney.
Have them pull out.
I'm your host.
Do it.
Matt Vincent's here interrupting my intro already.
Yeah. Get used to that.
Yeah, but this is what he does.
I'm gonna drink coffee and fucking slam that monster and get obnoxious.
Speaking of Monster, we are sponsored by Monster Muscle. And because we're sponsored by Monster Muscle, we're kind of sponsored by Monster Energy. It's the same company.
I like that.
So yeah, we now have an official sponsor of the Ironcast. Caveman Coffee is still the unofficial sponsor. What's weird about
So
this?
donuts and deadlifts and HVIII Brand Goods.
Yeah, right.
Donuts and Deadlifts is also the unofficial sponsor. What's funny about Caveman Coffee is that they don't like Monster. Oh, all my sound's gone.
Also, what's funny about Caveman Coffee is the amount of jokes that come out of their cans.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I know.
Just a bad joke. Boo. There should be a car crash noise after that.
Do you still have that soundboard app?
Oh, I don't know.
We had this soundboard app when I was in Louisiana, and it was so fucking funny.
Wah, 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 wah.
We're getting straight to the serious stuff.
Straight to the fucking serious stuff.
Yeah, so hold your cocks. Oh, I fucking totally have it.
You still have it? We have a soundboard app. Well, Matt's in town. Matt Vincent, tell everybody about yourself. This is one of 3 podcasts with Matt, so we'll get the introduction out of the way now, so we don't have to repeat ourselves.
Yeah, we're gonna spend a bunch of time together. I'm Matt Vincent. For those watching at home, I just waved, and for those listening, you missed it. I am 2 times Highland Games world champion. And Highland Games is the sport where you see moderately fat dudes in kilts throw telephone poles. I do that, and I'm okay at it.
Throw rocks into a field.
Yeah, rocks in a field or weights. Bunch of farm
badass.
equipment. It's good fun.
Now, do you have to wear the kilt?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to.
Yeah, and high socks. It's kind of part of their uniform.
Why is that?
Why do you have to wear a singlet?
That's a good fucking question. Nobody looks good in a singlet.
That's also true.
Plus, you're technically professional.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you get paid for your
that's your
sport.
uniform.
That's true.
Sounds weird.
Yeah, we're not.
Every time I look away, I can't hear myself.
Really?
Bah, bah, bah. Can you?
I'm still pretty
There.
sweet.
No, I can't. I mean, a little higher.
Man, if we got to follow
Oh, there
that
we go.
script up there, it's going to be a weird podcast.
Fuck scripts.
I got to talk about sobriety and Chloe.
Chloe.
One of those I'm really bad at.
Sobriety.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how we know each other. Because first of all, there's lots of rumors going around that we're fucking.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's really funny. That would just mean Matt's wonderful wife, Ashley, is a complete idiot, as is my boyfriend, who I live with.
Every time we've ever been together, there's so many people around.
I know, that's what's so
including usually my wife.
funny. I know. So what's funny is when I came down to Louisiana, people were like, she went to Louisiana to see him. I was like, with my boyfriend, and I stayed with him and his wife.
I had some comment that was like, it's going to be a real bummer watching Matt's vlogs when he goes through a divorce when his wife figures out he's banging the donuts chick on the side.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm like, on the side?
Fucking nailed it.
I couldn't be any less fucking inconspicuous about my plans. I literally have a camera. Like I'm
going to make a trip to Reno.
Sneaking out there and then podcast a bunch and video some shit. Real clever. God damn it. So yeah, I do that. I've also done some powerlifting in the past. Am I still introing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So powerlifting in the past, I competed in track and field in college at LSU as a very average collegiate thrower. I was super average at strongman as well as powerlifting, and through a hunt through more and more niche strength sports, I found Highland Games, and that's the one I'm good at.
Yeah, you just got to keep doing weirder sports that nobody else does.
That's it.
You find the one you're fucking best at.
And you find the one you're good at that you enjoy doing. And I do really like the Highland Games.
It's pretty badass.
It's pretty great fun. I mean,
it's wild.
I get to hang out in the field and not listen to shit music. Well, I do have to listen to bagpipes, so I'm not sure which is worse at this point. Everyone thinks the whole bagpipe thing is cool until you've done it as much as I have. It just sounds like cats getting smashed to death.
I love it.
It fucking sounds like bags of cats. Because, look, it's one thing if there's bagpipes playing and they're playing a song. Two, there's only one fucking song any of these guys know. And then most of the time during the day, it's just people warming up. So you're like...
That's like a didgeridoo. Also a very
more
weird
like
instrument.
didgeridoo. Nailed it.
No, I'm saying.
Fucking slap that one out of the park.
Got him. Fucking dinger slap.
Dingers all day.
Dingers all day.
So that's what I do. I also am owner of HVIII Brand Goods apparel. We sell T-shirts and other stuff. Check us out. And then
use the code DNDL to get a fucking discount.
you could get 10% off.
Yes.
And then
DNDL
stands for Donuts and Deadlifts. It's an acronym.
Never heard of it.
No, it'll never work.
Fucking stupid, silly brand.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do? Just fucking eat donuts and lift all day and get abs? That's never gonna work.
Yeah, that brand fucking sucks.
Yeah, liars.
Fucking
That's what I've heard.
Losers.
And then what else do I do? I have a YouTube channel that dozens of people are interested in.
How many subscribers are you at now?
Almost 18,000.
That's not bad.
No,
That's
it's not
fucking about 17,000 more than we have.
You gotta pump out. Here's the trick: pump out 5 videos a week for 3 years.
So let's go ahead and just fucking dive right into this.
Let's do it. We're diving in. Fucking Greg Louganis.
So now, what are your thoughts on if you have a week where you just have whack content or you have shitty? Do you just fucking bust them out anyway?
Well, it depends on like what you got to think like whack content. The beautiful thing of like a YouTube video where you've got say 10 minutes is going to be your full video, right?
Right.
I try to have like a message or at least a concise story for that day. Like whether like right now I'm doing a lot of rehab stuff, and so I can kind of spend 4 minutes of that video talking about this is where I'm at mentally dealing with this injury, and this is what I'm trying to accomplish and trying to stay positive and being realistic about the goals of it. Or I can say, I can do a whole video on this is the accessory that I find benefits me most for this. I mean, you can always find, it doesn't have to be a goddamn feature film.
Right.
Some of them are just like, hey, I'm going to fucking work out. This is what I'm doing. I'm showing you all the reps, so you're seeing what total volume looks like for me as a thrower.
Yeah, I guess that's interesting if for people who understand your world champion. I feel like I'm just incredibly mediocre power lifter.
Sure, but you're still inspiring people, and I mean the fact that you're working. I think your niche would be showing kind of more you, like more of the business side of stuff. I don't want to say reality show type shit, but yeah, I mean that's what we're all filming.
I don't think I'm known for being a fucking power lifter at all. You know, people know that that's a hobby. I'm known for the chick that might look like she does porn, might have looked like she killed somebody, could have gone to prison.
60-40.
That's a lot of popular people.
And, but I mean, most of my emails are about sobriety or about business because people see what I've built.
That stuff's all crazy good to talk about. Like I can't fucking talk about sobriety.
Right.
And I mean, the business thing, you and I have laughed about it kind of back and forth because
we felt bass out fucking.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, you've got to focus at some point. It turns into a real business, but in the beginning, there's going to be so many missteps of like, I think this is the right path, and then it isn't. So you just make another one. But it's no different than training, right? So I mean, like the formula always exists, and it's always just keep fucking working,
right?
And don't make any. Try to make less stupid decisions than you make positive ones.
Yeah,
and that tends to lead you in the right direction. I mean, that's what we've done. I mean, other than, I don't know, don't make stuff that sucks.
Yeah.
That also
yeah, we learned our lesson there.
Yeah, but also as a concept, you know, be yourself, find your voice.
Right.
Because,
That's,
you know,
people don't dig.
Unique.
Yeah, people definitely aren't going to dig on a.
Well, that's the thing.
You got to be unique.
Donuts and
Or not
donuts.
unique, but like
Right.
you.
Donuts and Deadlifts was the first of its kind, and now there's all these spin-off brands, and they don't
that's
do
why-
well
yeah.
because people know that they're not unique. That people saw what I did because I was the first food and whatever brand.
Yeah, lifestyle brand.
The first alliteration, you know, like, and I mean, like when there was caffeine and kilos, but when they started, they were just, when I started Donuts and Deadlifts, they were a coffee subscription service that had made some hats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they weren't, you know, they were still learning too at the point in time when I finally started like selling apparel. Because for the first couple months, we were like almost like a tour guide where all we did was post on the Instagram of like donut shops and gyms.
Right.
And people were like, you should get shirts made.
We
You know?
did, kind of accidentally.
We
Like
accidentally.
most things that start out as a joke.
Right.
Right. I mean, the biggest thing is people don't see the growth, and it's slow growth, because most people come on board because like growth happens exponentially for the most part until you end up hitting this weird plateau. But the fitness market lifestyle thing is so gigantic, I don't know where that is. I mean, I'm never going to sell the amount of shit that, say, Shreds did.
Right. Right.
Can you say did?
Did. Because they're not going to fucking be a thing anymore,
But
are they?
I mean, but I'm
A
never
lot of
going to
people
sell that
catching
stuff,
on
right?
finally. Yeah.
You know, and so I mean, I'm such not a fucking blip on the radar of someone actually selling a load of products. And you can just keep growing it, and you can stay true to your own stuff and do your own niche and find that, instead of, man, I just don't want to fucking put out like stringer tanks. Like, I'm not into it.
Right.
That's not me. I don't want to put out.
I was weird about even putting out regular men's tanks.
yeah.
Fucking weird.
Even broader than that, just beyond like specific products, like, oh, this shirt sells well, this one doesn't. It's the whole concept behind it.
Right.
And,
Right.
It's
And you
trial and error.
hear somebody who's like, oh, what's HV3? No, it's hate.
Right.
And they're like, huh.
Somebody
And that
tried to
appeal-
tell me that was your fucking like zip code where you grew up or something, and I was like,
Hate?
no,
It started with an
they
H?
They thought it was the Roman numeral for your area code or something.
Oh,
just
that's
so
225, you bunch of
fucking
jackwagons.
retarded. It was so fucking funny.
That's why I got that tattooed. 225.
Yeah, that's what they thought. I was like,
Rep till I die.
jackwagon.
CCXXV doesn't have the same ring to it.
No, it doesn't. It's not a great company name. Yeah, but I guess the coolest thing that's happened with like hate brand stuff is like once people actually sort out what the message is, they really get it.
Yeah.
Right.
And it applies kind of across everything.
Well, I got it because
true.
I read your book.
Yeah, most people haven't.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate.
Based on sales.
That's actually how the
Based on my estimation of sales, I would say most people haven't read it.
That's what's funny is that the first time you sent, remember you mailed me the book?
Yeah.
I saw it's right over there. You drew me let's go grab it. You drew me a sweet little fucking picture in it.
Oh, all right.
I think it was sexual.
It's great content.
Me drew a sexual picture in a book. That seems,
And if we had never even met.
Wildly out of character.
yeah, it doesn't seem right.
Oh yeah, you drew.
Oh, I did, yeah. I drew a bear claw going through a donut. And we were forever friends.
Am I going over or behind? Over or under?
Coming through the front.
See, they are fucking.
Yeah.
You can tell. We're on a couch together. An old goddamn cuckold Ryan over here is just going to watch this shit go down.
I'm going to sell this video, though.
You
Nice.
even get it?
You're going to get hundreds. You're going to have to Photoshop
maybe-
the fuck out of my side of this thing.
Possibly dozens of dollars.
If you haven't read it, pick up Strength Lab. You can get on your website, right?
Yeah, you can. You can still
It's a
use
good
your
read.
D&DL code.
It's informative.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's funny.
And there's programming.
There's programming in it, motherfuckers.
Like, my programming is kind of a mix of like what I did in college as a thrower to be kind of a power performance athlete, mixed with the things I learned and enjoyed from strongman and powerlifting for.
Maybe this is what I'll do. Fuck it.
Yeah, why not? Treat
done.
yourself. That's what I say.
I'm done.
Were you hoping to get heavier and stronger?
I don't know. Sure.
Nailed it.
I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, I'm proud of it, and that's why I haven't put out another book every year, because I finished that one. I was like, well, that's what I wanted to say programming wise, and that's still what I do training wise. So
Yeah.
until that changes, I don't really have a new message to. I don't want to just fucking write another book that's like fucking bicep program, something I don't give a shit
Yeah,
about.
that's what's hard too, is like producing new content. And so I did not write a book What? It's been a year.
It's been a bit. Well, not like a program.
Anything. We haven't put out We haven't put out anything since that.
I'm working on a new one.
You're working on a new one, yeah.
But it has I'm not putting any programming in it at all.
Right. If I do another one, it's gonna have to be completely different than anything I've done before. It's just when you own a gym and you own an apparel company, it's exhausting to get anything done.
In case you didn't notice, the detail on those are donuts.
It's like you knew we were going to fucking meet and I was going to start a donut brand. Had I started donuts in those when we met? I had, right?
Yeah, you had to, right?
I think so, because we went to Iceland together.
Yeah, and you definitely had to, yeah. Just the two of us.
Yeah.
Just like Will Smith and his kid in that video. Just fucking nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, the whole ebook thing, too. I mean, I fell into that kind of accidentally, too. I didn't think anybody was ever going to want to buy an ebook from me, and then look what happened there.
I definitely didn't fall into the ebook thing accidentally. That was kind of pushed by Windler, and we had talked quite a bit, and he kind of basically said, "Has anyone ever written a training manual for the Highland Games?" Blah. And the beauty of that, there's just no overhead. It's the fucking greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, there's nothing. The books. I mean, the book money just still comes in once a week. It's not much anymore. Like it used to be, fucking $20,000 a month.
Fucking hell! I've never had that much success. One day, I hope.
Yeah.
The new book, I think, will probably do pretty good.
Now it's like $2,000 a month, maybe.
The last 3 books I wrote, I mean, they still sell. I mean, I still probably, $500 or $600 a month, probably. Maybe $1,000 if I counted hard copies and ebooks. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're done. Like once they're out in the ether, like I don't have to keep fucking producing content like YouTube or any of that. So and then it's not like I said, well, this is the best thing you could do for fucking the fall of 15. it's time. Like you can use that program anytime you want. But that's Windler basically kind of talked me into it, and so he was a big inspiration. I mean, he's done wildly well.
Yeah.
For someone who doesn't try to promote themselves
at all. What an interesting guy.
Like it's amazing how well it's really worked out for him because, like, I don't think anyone else can get away with it.
What did that fucking shirt say?
Anti-Christian, antisocial.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's the best. He's a fucking maniac.
Hey man, you want this shirt?
Yeah. I'm looking to shut myself in the house and piss in jars and clip my fingernails and collect those for the next 6 months. I'm going to be playing metal down in the basement as soon as my bandmate shows up to me.
Yeah, he's interesting because he actively avoids
everything.
Fame.
Well, he does, right? And then, like, I'll get some stupid fucking text from him, and, like, he's like, starting to try to do the Instagram thing, like,
Oh, he's so bad at it.
And so he's like, posted a Q&A on my Instagram. He's like, I have to fucking answer all these via my phone. I'm like, yeah, man, that's how it fucking works.
Oh, God. He was so funny when we had dinner with him that night, and he told us he bought the property next door so nobody could live there.
Could move near him. Yeah. It's fucking
he's an enigma.
So funny, yeah. It's one of those dudes I'm just stoked has been like a friend.
That fucking Instagram post he made of a selfie of him looking fucking miserable, and he's like, hey, I'm showing up to the Arnold with some of these shirts in extra large. If you see me and say hi, I might give you one. Just such a fucking... like he's gonna cherry pick who gets one.
He would too. He'd be like, "No, bud, get out of here." Like, "Oh, you dye your beard? Get the fuck out of here! You're out.
I'm out."
Yeah. Congratulations, you lined up and dyed beard. You look terrible.
Fucking the Arnold, man.
That place is
interesting,
but it's everything that's really good and everything that's really gross in the fitness industry. It's all there.
It's all there.
It's so funny.
Like, it's all there. But it was killer, like, having a booth. It was never a dull moment. No, it was rad. Yeah. It was far more positive than anything else.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was entertaining. Nothing bad happened.
I didn't even have a booth. I just fucking stood around yours like a lump of shit and had a tremendous amount of, like, business growth.
Yeah.
From just being there.
Yeah.
Well, because you got all those fucking Fitzbo bitches wearing your shit.
That was the whole plan.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, One thing I want to make really clear is I think people think being a gym owner means you're fucking rolling in dough.
Oof.
Nope. I don't make a fucking dime from
Who
the gym.
believes that?
There's people who think, oh, you own a gym, you must. And people see my car and see, you know what I mean? No, donuts and deadlifts is incredibly successful and pays for most of the gym. Like it's not, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
It's donuts and deadlifts that makes the money. I don't have any advice to offer about being a gym owner because it's been 1 year and I'm still trying to figure it out. Luckily, all my friends work for me and it's fun. And
Right.
I mean, we break even. And
that's the fucking coolest thing that I've seen that you've been able to do, and like even Mark's been able to do now that Mark has like fucking 10 people from Super Training are on the payroll doing different shit, right? And it's same for you. You've through having this brand, you've been able to create like your own like mini economy.
Right.
That like you get to fucking take care of your friends and have this fucking job and lifestyle. Like, man, there's something to be said for that about how fucking rad that is. That you just get to surround yourself by your own like tribe of people that all want us to do well.
Yeah, and that's one thing about me is everyone I've ever hired has been a friend. I've never once hired anybody, right? Aside from the intern, but that wasn't even really hiring. Ryan was first.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've had a couple people not work out.
Yeah, I mean, but who were friends though?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had the hard thing with me is like I hire friends almost to play like an assistant role with me to help me with my email load.
People can't keep up.
And they can't keep up because I just never stop working.
Can't stay in the lane.
I never stop working and they can't stay in their lane. And what's hard about hiring someone I'm really close with to work below me
it's tricky.
opposed to beside me is those lines get crossed. Everybody that works in this gym works beside me. But when you're an assistant, you work below me. I'm sorry.
Well, but that's why you're paying that person, right? And it's a special type of person.
Your thank you.
Yeah, and it's a special type of person to take that job.
Yeah.
And I mean that's why they have really good fucking assistants. They get paid well.
That's why you hire someone who's fucking an assistant.
Right. I mean, and that's like if you're not making your life easier, what are you doing?
Right.
Like you're here to literally assist me. That's your whole fucking job title.
Right.
And like we're not homies every day. Like I need fucking help getting stuff done so that my time is better fucking spent doing the other things that make money so that I can have more revenue to pay all these fucking people.
Right.
And if that means
an assistant,
fuck, I'm a long way from that. I got Mike. Mike's awesome.
Yeah.
Mike really fucking takes care of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the cool thing that's happened here is first Ryan used to come down to SoCal, and then when I was like, hey, I'm going to move to New York, he was 100% down, came with me.
Yeah, fuck it.
And he's, like, Ryan's been around since day one. And then with the gym, with Donuts and Ellis, I did everything myself for a while, and then I ended up hiring Michelle, who is Matt Aiken, one of my Andrew's best friend's fiancés, so moved them across the country.
Right.
Hired Michelle.
That's fucking loyalty too. Like these people have
they moved
shit.
They moved to the East Coast to work for me, and then when we moved back to Reno, they all moved home. Like that's what's crazy. And when we got here, hired Karen, hired Brian, and now I've hired Chloe, and now I'm going to hire Desiree, and then I'm going to hire Kelsey.
How are you hiring Desiree? Was she moving here?
She moved here to be the powerlifting coach.
Desiree Morgan?
Yeah.
What? I thought she was Santa Cruz-ish.
No,
she's the cutest goddamn thing ever.
She lives in SoCal, but her and Mark are living with his parents right now. So after they get married, they're moving up here.
I always wonder, like I see her Snapchat, I'm like, that was a very adult, put together house.
Yeah, it's Mark's mom's house.
But they're doing like the same thing like Marco did, which is, and what Matt and Michelle are doing, which is live with your parents while you save up to build your life. That's a.
I moved out at 17 and never went home.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I haven't stayed at like let's call it home, where my mom and dad were. Like I haven't been there for more than 4 days since I was 17.
Yeah.
I mean, and look, it's not like I bailed and things were shit or any of that. Like I was just ready to fucking be on my own.
Yeah.
And the truth is, look, I wasn't on my own. I went away to school, and my parents helped me pay some bills and stuff like that, and they helped the whole way across.
Right.
But I mean, I haven't been on my parents' payroll in a decade and a half since the end of fucking college.
Yeah.
Yeah, after when I was in school, when I was in college, obviously when I got into trouble when I was 18, 19, 20, my mom bailed me out of jail a couple times, paid some attorney fees, but I bought my mom a fucking house last year.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I
think we're even.
Yeah, that was when she called me and asked me for the money to buy the house. There wasn't even a second. I said,
no, of course,
fine.
right.
I took it out of savings and I bought my mom a house.
Right.
It's the least I could do.
But dude, that's the whole fucking point of any of this. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm for saving money. Like, you need to have this nest egg for shit, right? But at the same time, I mean, the only thing money's for is exchanging for goods and services. And so, I mean, if I can use money to have life experience and do these things, like, I don't fucking know how long I'll be healthy. I don't know how long I get to do stuff.
Can't take it with you when you fucking die.
No, man. you got people like fucking Prince, looks like, model of health, probably hasn't eaten anything out of the ordinary for 2 decades, weighs 100 pounds, just fucking up and drops dead for no fucking reason. Like, man, we're all on the clock, and I don't know when that button's gonna fucking push, but it's coming.
Yeah.
That's a certainty.
Yeah, I have enough money in my savings account for any emergency that could ever happen, and it stays there. But I mean, I'm flying to Vietnam to go cycling for 2 weeks.
I'm super jealous of that. I would love to take part of that trip, but I still have the 9 to 5, the real job.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah,
it's whatever.
I mean, look, and my real job's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I still get to travel, and they're not a bummer. But what I can't do is I can't go spend 2 weeks in Scotland, which they're into, and spend 2 weeks in Vietnam, like riding bikes around.
Yeah. It's just like I could have easily put that $6,000 away and say, but what's the fucking point?
$6,000. I mean, for that experience, it's fucking insane.
For 2 people too.
Yeah, you're right.
It was
Dude,
$3,100 a person.
Me and my chick to do that, or like the trips that we've taken to Iceland, or her coming to Scotland, or any of that. Like, yeah, that's what it's for. That's why I work all the fucking time, which is basically true. Is that no one tells you about, like, oh, we're going to start your own business, right? And part of it is like, you're not going to make any money from your business for quite some time. If you're fucking smart, you're going to have other people that get paid before you do.
Yeah.
For quite some time.
Right.
And I mean, taking such a small percentage, because if not, the business doesn't have any fucking capital. And then you can't reorder and grow. And owning a business is a long con. Like, you're playing the game for long-term stuff. And it's like, no one also tells you that, like, oh, congratulations. Like, you've now decided to work 90 hours a week for you instead of 40 for someone else.
Yeah.
And, people fuck with, I'm sure you get it too. It's like, oh, you're always on your phone. Like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm always on my phone.
Yeah, I'm answering fucking emails.
But I'm also not stuck in a cubicle today. Right. Not being able to hang out with you at lunch.
That's what people don't fucking realize. I have 12 sponsored athletes, 8 employees. I have 30 people I need to deal with on a daily. And then I have 120 clients.
Right.
I have people that need me and need things from me. And if people take issue of me needing to reply to texts and emails,
you'll be by yourself.
You know what I mean? It's whatever. It's fine. And I'm not fucking scrolling through Instagram and Facebook most of the time.
Most of the time, like 20%.
I don't scroll through any of it anymore because there's not one motherfucker on the planet that produces good enough content for me to care anymore. It's so fucking bad. We'll talk about that next podcast, but I don't, like that's the part people don't realize. People think like, oh, you work for yourself, you probably have all this free time. No, I have no free time.
You have less free time for sure.
I have less free time.
But you have more freedom but less free time.
Right.
I guess if that makes any sense, right?
Right.
So the freedom is like,
you and I, we woke up at 6.
Yeah, got up at 6, both emailed and worked, but fucking in our underwear in the living room.
Right. Drank coffee.
I mean, we were in our underwear together. I mean,
right. Just the two of us. Same bed. We were alone.
Of course.
We were alone in my living room.
Don't fucking tell anyone.
Right.
Sent emails and did all that and then got up and went and got coffee and the day gets started about fucking 10:30. 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
But those are the things you don't see. And why do I get up and work at that time? Because I'm not bothered.
Exactly. That's the other thing too, is there's days here at the fucking gym where sometimes I don't show up till 11 because I am at the coffee shop working, because if I walk into this gym, there's no fucking way I'm getting my emails done.
Right.
Because it's always something. It's, my gym manager needs something, or the girls upstairs, or we need to plan that, so there's always something. So that's the other thing that's hard too, is just because I'm not present in my office at the gym, it doesn't mean I'm off. I'm
never off. But that's the disadvantage of this goddamn thing, right? Is I'm always available.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not going to cuss that thing because I can basically run an entire e-business
Exactly.
from my phone.
Yeah.
But somehow paychecks just keep fucking showing up.
You can do everything from your fucking phone. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Even like all my athlete check-ins, like I have the Excel app on my phone, and I can update their nutrition templates from my phone.
You know, imagine that saying like, sorry, I'm not going to be back in front of my computer until Friday. Like, that's a completely unacceptable fucking answer today. Working business.
Yeah,
like,
for the most part.
Like if you're handling, if like your customer service, if it takes longer than 24 hours to respond to an email, that's fucking outlandish. I mean, unless your email's stupid and didn't deserve an answer. Yeah.
Which it is.
Sometimes they are, yeah.
Oh, fucking stupid emails, man. That's the other hard part about being a business owner is you have to be, for the most part, you have to be nice to your customers. You can't be shitty. And I go into fits of rage reading some of the emails we get to Donuts and Deadlifts. You wouldn't believe it.
Mike,
you would not
Mike's the
fucking
best.
believe it.
Mike handles all of our customer service emails. He forwards on to me any of them that are super positive and nice. And he also forwards on to the ones where, like, we really dropped the ball on someone.
Right.
You know, which, I mean, there's a failure rate on anything. And so, I mean, no one's fucking slapping 100% dingers. You're going to have an order that, for whatever reason, fucked up. Someone ordered 2 shirts and got 1. Someone...
Right.
Shit happens. There's still people involved.
Yeah.
And even robots fuck up. That's a fact.
Well, it's interesting because sometimes you'll get emails and, you're what, a 2-person operation?
Yeah.
Donuts and Deadlifts.
2, 3 counting Phil and whatever Phil's operation is.
Like 2 full-time, technically.
It's me, Karen, Michelle, technically, and you.
But I don't.
You
I
do
don't.
media.
Yeah,
we
I don't
probably
do-
actually have the same number of people involved,
And
Yeah.
but like all of mine are in Kansas, and I don't know any of their names.
But the point.
because you use a fulfillment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not Amazon. We're not Nike.
Right.
And even they fuck up.
Yeah.
Dude, and that's something.
So
It's amazing that they don't fuck up more than they do.
right. But
The amount of shit that they move.
I got a wrong package from Amazon.
I did too. I got one
Really?
at Christmas, like a bunch of kids'
Amazon.
toys that just showed up at my house.
Yeah, I got a
I've never
bunch of.
gotten a wrong
I
package.
had
Aren't
all
you
the right
fucking
stuff, and then I had 3 things that
great.
were in a box
you.
that weren't mine. I kept them.
What are they? What is it?
Like a memory stick, which is cool. It's
Fuck
very
yeah, what
convenient.
else?
2 butt plugs. They're dragon
And a
dildo
big
shaped.
black dildo.
They're dragon
Some-
cock shaped.
Weird bump on
Can you-
gardening shit.
Gardening shit? That's
Yeah,
fucking
like
weird.
seeds.
Nice.
Someone ordered
Nice, dude.
seeds in a memory stick. We were talking about that one day about what I like working at Amazon. I wonder if they some
what
of
the
the
fuck?
sometimes I order so much random shit. I just fucking laugh because I'm like, whoever's packing this is gonna be like, what the fuck is going on?
It's a trick.
It's so funny.
Yeah, fucking hell.
But yeah, I mean, back to business stuff. We had our friend Meg text us the other day and ask about business books.
Shout out Meg Squats.
Meg Squats. And she texts Matt and I group chat. She's like, "What business books do you guys read?" And we were like,
Never read one in my life.
"What?"
What in fact what I did was when I got to college and I was going for a business degree, and then I took the second accounting and realized I was terrible at it. And what I told myself from that point is if I ever have a business and need to do this, I'm going to pay someone to not fuck this up for
That's
me.
that's the cost of business.
But sure, and so another, one of the things for business that's super, like, that I've learned and you've got to be good at is fucking play to your strengths.
Yeah.
Like, what are you good at? Do that more. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not a fucking designer, don't try to do your own graphic design work.
Right.
If you're not, a photographer, don't fucking do that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I leave the photography stuff to Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm good with the social media.
Yeah, right.
That's what I do. I fucking crush it with social media. Donuts and Deadlifts doesn't have 115,000 Instagram following because...
Right.
You're right. I know what I'm doing. I know what people like. I pay attention. I don't overpost. I don't underpost. And that's what I stick to.
I just do whatever I feel like when I feel like it.
I'm fucking terrible. Yeah. I'm fucking terrible
here
at
it
customer
is.
service, so I don't deal with the customer service because the emails I would send back, some ones we get would not be fucking nice.
Right.
People bitching and complaining about just the stupidest shit. We do have some fucking whiny ass customers. But you
Man.
have to be nice to people. If you want people to keep buying your shit, somebody can send you the most frustrating email in the fucking world.
Well, you just
and you just have to be nice back.
It's hard to get perspective, right? You know, when you're a customer, there's times I've ordered stuff and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, why is this not gotten here? Why haven't I got a shit? I know I do it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like, I try to remember from our side of a thing where I'm not ordering anything from companies my size or smaller for the most part.
Right.
That, I mean, there's actual people that have shit going on.
Yeah.
And it's not an excuse, but I'll cut some people some slack now.
Yeah.
Of like, they're just, it says
a lot about
a fucking warehouse, like some storage goddamn facility.
Yeah, and it says more about you that, like, if you have such a tendency immediately to fly off the handle because you're not immediately getting your way.
Dude, like, oh man, I've had a couple people send like really shitty emails.
Oh yeah.
And I go one of two ways.
Oh, I have a story for you. Keep going. Sorry.
Either one, if it's shitty and we drop the ball and they communicate decently, like, I'll go out of my way to add extra stuff to their box and fucking make a fan, right?
Yeah.
The other one is, here's your money back. Please don't ever order again.
We've done that to a few people.
Yeah.
Where
I would prefer you not where you don't get it.
We have both those situations. There was fucking one guy. So we recorded like a joke voicemail at the old HQ out in Jersey where we were like, hey, if we're not answering the phone, we're probably out eating donuts and deadlifting.
Nailed it.
Like joking around, and it was Michelle being really adorable and cute on the voicemail. So this guy...
She's good at that.
This guy fucking called because he placed his order wrong. He put in his address wrong, and he realized it, so he emailed, and 5 minutes later he called, and he left a voicemail. Then he emailed me personally. He somehow found my email and sent me an email personally saying, nobody's responding to my emails, and I left a voicemail, and she said instead of working, she's out deadlifting.
Dude, you're just fucking in a full panic. You're in a full panic over a goddamn t-shirt that there's no way that you need this t-shirt.
And like, he's the one that fucked up.
Right.
And it was so funny because he was losing his shit. He literally lost it, and I couldn't believe it. And I just wrote back and just ripped into him. I was like, don't you fucking email my employee again. I just went off.
Christ,
I went fucking off. We refunded the thing, and I found his Instagram, and I blocked his ass.
Just be a normal person.
God, why do you have to go so fucking crazy?
We're not, we're not an international company. We don't have thousands of employees. We don't have an automated system that will cancel orders. We do it all by hand.
I wish people saw how like fucking fly by night most of it is. Like, most of the conversations I have are just me, Mike, and Phil, who handles like all the fulfillment stuff.
Right.
And for some fucking reason, since day one, the first time we ever communicated was via Facebook Messenger. And so that's been, for 2 years, how all of us talk. It's like via Facebook Messenger. It's like probably 90% of the shit that happens for the business happens via that like chat.
Thank you,
just
Mark
works.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah, fucking nailed it. It just... part of it, like, there's a big truth to a lot of it's fucking fake it till you make it. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
But your end goal can't be. Your whole goal is it shouldn't be. Oh yeah, I want to set up a business. And then come up with an idea. Right. You have an idea, and
they seem to go better that way.
And it.
I never, ever once thought Donuts and Deadlifts was going to be this mega moneymaker that pays 4 salaries. I never in my life thought that.
Sure, right. Same.
And even when at first, like, people don't understand. Ryan's been there since the start. We used to have shit sent to our apartment in Manhattan in the city. And we used to keep the stuff in boxes just stacked up. Matthew hadn't even moved out yet when we started.
Yeah.
We had boxes of stuff, and we would sit there and we'd fold them and bag them. And I don't even remember how the fuck we organized them. We had those plastic bins that we stacked up in our living room.
We had it in that hallway at first.
And we would fucking... Oh, should I check on the pup?
No, he's good. Creep. Just fucking go.
All right.
There's 800 people that work here.
I know, my new puppy's out there. And so we used Big Cartel at the time, and we would manually weigh every single order and then copy and paste the address into stamps.com, enter the weight, and print out a label on a fucking inkjet printer.
I realize I just had a big sigh, and I'm assuming that that's not what happens in Kansas, but I don't know.
It took 5 minutes to do one order, and we would get 100 orders over the course of like a week, and we'd frantically try to fill them, and we'd freak out. It was so bad. It was so bad. And then I would leave town and we'd leave fucking Matthew to fill shit. Fucking nightmare. And it was just such a fucking mess, and it just took time. And we finally slowly figured out better ways to organize things and how to do things, and
become more efficient and not
it was literally
do things
error.
3 times.
Not one single. We didn't have, and that's one thing is I had no mentor through any of this, and it took us a lot longer to figure it out than I think other companies. But now, like, we'll take Chad Wesley Smith. Chad has
questions for you.
Literally texted me and said, "Hey, I'm going to start doing Juggernaut clothing. We need to fulfill them."
I thought they already were. Haven't they already had it?
No, so they would do like really small runs,
okay.
I think, and he would have someone else distribute here and there. But
that seems fucking crazy to me. He's got a big enough following. They're just not deciding to get that money.
Well, he is now. He texted me and was like, "How do you guys do things?" And I sent him a full video. I literally videoed our whole operation. I gave him a list of exactly how we do everything. Said, here's how we fill orders. Here's the fucking automatic printing machine we use. Here's how we get everything. Because all of our stuff auto weighs itself.
Right.
And so I explained all that to him, and he was like, holy shit. He's like, that would have taken me forever to figure out.
What's cool, too, I've been very fortunate with mine because I can lean on you or Wendler, who's been selling stuff for quite some time, or Mark, or any of these people have been, a gigantic resource for me for, is this a good move? Is this a bad move? What do you think? What blanks are you using? Because, we're all using the same shit.
Yeah.
But that's not the point, right? I can give someone, and that's why I've never, ever hesitated to give out information, whether that was, like when Meg contacted me, she said that, she tried to start doing some apparel and had reached out to some of the other YouTube folks that she knows. And they basically just fucking said, like, part of this is you're going to have to figure it out on your own. Like, fuck you, man. You sell T-shirts. Like, fucking, be a fucking friend,
That's weird that it's such a...
Like, there's not X amount of fucking success out there that, like, we're all splitting.
I'm curious which YouTube followers, because that seems to be, like, such a bodybuilding thing to be like, oh, you gotta put in your time. That's what that one, like, Monster was talking about.
Yeah, I'm not fucking calling anyone out. That's not my thing.
Well, yeah. But it's just a weird cultural.
Yeah, it just to me, it's like, it's part of what you're going to have to find out who does this and this. And I was like, so she called me and I was just like, just fucking, here's the address. Here's this guy, call him. He'll do all of it for you.
Right.
You don't have time to do this. Don't pretend that you fucking have time to do this.
Well, then that just signals like what some of those people are all about, like self-fulfillment,
Well, it's this fucking like trying to hoard this audience that they think is just theirs. Right. They're like, oh man, but if she starts selling this, then I'll sell less. And that's not the fucking case. It's so much more that, like, rising tide raise all fucking ships, man. Like, we can all be better at this working together.
I think about, like, fitness in terms of like other industries. You get like I'm obviously like into food and shit. So I think about, like, you have the best chefs in the world. Yeah. They literally, they're the best chefs because they're doing things that have never been done before. Developing new techniques, new ingredients, blah, blah, blah. They don't hoard it.
No,
but they share it because they know it's bigger than them, and that's the only way you can push everything forward.
But in the other side of it, too, that I look at, but it's not, there's something special that is hard to put your finger on because it's still the same T-shirt blank and it's still the same ink.
Right.
Why does mine sell more than yours?
Right.
Or why does yours sell more than mine? You give you give me some eggs and ingredients to make something, and you give a fucking talented chef, and despite having the most ingredients, I don't have the skill or ability to make something that's really special. Right. And so that's that kind of thing that's really hard to put on.
And then there's,
the tools aren't the answer to this.
I'm not even telling you what I have.
Yeah, the tools aren't the answer to this, right?
Right.
Being able to say, like, hey, man, this is the fucking open door. This is how we fulfill stuff. This is how we do it. You can use my people. Yeah. Here's where we order fucking blanks from.
It just comes out. I'm not fucking threatened by anybody.
No, that's such a minor part of it.
There's plenty of fucking T-shirts and people to go around, man. That's the other thing is I hate when people say things are oversaturated.
Oh my god,
nothing's oversaturated.
This industry,
CrossFit's oversaturated. There's too many CrossFit gyms. No, there's just plenty of fucking people.
Right.
I'm sorry that you're not confident enough in your product to be able to sell it to people who don't do products.
Right. But that's also why that you'll have a city with 10 CrossFit gyms, and 7 of them are starving to death.
Fucking Reno.
And 3 of them fucking work out great because they have something different. It's a community. It's a lifestyle. It's selling this. People want to be fucking part of stuff. And that's a natural feeling. And whether that's, the message from a brand or whether that's a CrossFit gym. Like, I praise CrossFit gyms nonstop. And, man, I've been in bad ones and I've been in really fucking awesome ones. And when you're in the really good ones, man, that vibe is just different.
Yeah.
And everyone's in there and wants everyone to be better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bigger than any individual.
Yeah.
You can set up there's plenty of cult of personality driven businesses out there. They all have a very low ceiling.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's just like, it's so easy to go. It's so easy to talk about like social media and shit and say like, oh yeah, like you can almost follow a formula and everything, but all those people, like, they all hit the same ceiling.
Right.
They can't expand beyond that. But hate can expand out.
Yeah, the hate message goes a little deeper, and I'm glad it's registering.
Even bring him up in a third podcast. Even like Rich Piana.
Yeah.
It's not about him. It's about like his whole like, you may too, like you can too, and 5%. And,
look, man,
people like
the thing is, I
get
can't
to be a part of something.
I can't fucking hate on Rich Piana as a person or a businessman or any of that.
Yeah.
To me,
I just don't get it.
I'm with you.
It is.
It's fucking, to me, right? It's Nickelback. I'm fucking not mad that those dudes are touring and making fucking millions of dollars. I'm mad that there's people that like it.
Right.
I wish that people were like, man, this is bad. But that's why there's 1 billion motherfuckers on the planet, or 7 billion, or 14. I don't know how many people are there.
And that's
2 dozen?
why,
How many people live on this goddamn earth?
We're gonna address
19 billion, I believe.
When do they start falling off the edge, though? Eventually, they're going to be.
We're
going to
get into that. We're going to get into that later. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing is like I don't know if it's just me and my sphere. I've noticed a lot more people getting like more and more mad at like shreds and everything, and they're like so indignant about it. And it's like, look, man, the people who are falling for that, the people who are going for Rich Piana stuff, do you want them as your customers? Is that why you're upset? I'd like, and we're not everybody's, cup of tea or whatever.
No, and I'm cool with that.
And neither is he.
People fucking hate me, and hate Donuts Knows is great.
I'm totally all right with that.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I mean? Like, if it doesn't work for you, that's cool too. Like, there's tons of stuff that I'd fucking try out, and I'm like, that's just not my fucking thing.
And you can make a fake Instagram to like, oh, I'm gonna call out shreds and everything. It's just like, you know what?
You know how much effort that takes?
Right.
Well, to be fair, it worked. Shreds is pretty much done now after the video
we'll
Arvin
see.
put out.
Again, we'll
Arvin's
see.
not done, but I mean, I think it's
Bradley. Did you see Bradley?
Did you see what Arvin put out? They dropped Devin Physique. He publicly dropped Devin.
Oh
Physique
yeah,
on
because
YouTube.
It's probably because he just had too big of a line at the Arnold.
Because they
of just hot dudes.
Like enough
dudes
people,
with their nips out, fucking waiting to shake that dude's hand.
Yeah, enough people were like, "You Photoshop your pics," and he finally was like, "Yeah, I do."
I mean, he's a goddamn model who takes pictures. I don't understand.
Yeah, but to sell, that's the fine line.
Yeah.
If it's for pictures to look good, do whatever the fuck you want.
Let's
but
just
if
be honest.
You're selling something and your body is your advertisement, and you say, "Hey, you can look like me too with my training and diet plans," but you're falsifying the way you look to sell those training diet plans. That's fraud. I'm sorry.
You're right. It's deeper than just the fucking photo. But there's a lot of sketchy shit.
I would also say that more effective than starting an Instagram account would be get everybody who's ever felt defrauded by them and sue the fuck out of them.
Or just never buy their stuff again.
Yeah. That'll never happen.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, everyone just vote with your dollar. Right. That's how this works.
And you can't.
Don't fucking cry.
Everybody in the it might be different for you because
my crowd's weird.
Well, I was just thinking like I got into fitness. Man, I've spent hundreds of dollars like on stupid shit.
Oh,
but that's learning.
Remember that fucking
that's
shit?
Learning and maturing.
I have a whole garage gym that's basically like a collegiate level weight room.
Like about dozens of supplements and everything. Like what Shreds is doing isn't anything new.
No.
Right. It's just they're the one of the first companies to completely build a brand off social media.
Yeah.
And
instead of doing it through like a fake magazine.
Right.
So it's just like there's nothing new. There's nothing special about that.
Yeah, it just comes, and like, I don't know, it just comes down to morally what type of person you are.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's whatever.
I mean, that's one of those weird things, right?
Supplements are just a tricky thing.
And there is a strange line of like, where do you want to cross? I can't imagine selling supplements. That seems really strange to me because like I'm very happy with the supplements I take. But are those the difference maker? No. Like the fucking truth of supplements, I don't care who the fuck makes them. They are, like, if all your shit's together, are you sleeping properly? Are you eating the right things? Are your workouts the way they need to be? Are you recovering? Are you getting massage? Are you fucking doing your cardio? If all of these things are in place, these are the fucking top little bit of the pyramid that can really help. But you can't fucking take something and chill on the couch.
Right, exactly.
That's not how it's called a fucking supplement. It's going to supplement all the things that you're currently should be fucking doing right.
And that's one thing we've said repeatedly is if before you take supplements, you need to make sure your lifestyle and your diet is worth supplementing.
Yeah.
Right. And look, and I don't give look, and that's even going to cross into drugs. I mean, none of that's going to work for you either unless all this other shit's together.
And that's what we talked about with fucking Casey is when you start taking that shit, when you start taking steroids or PEDs.
Who's Casey?
The one-legged monster.
Okay.
We even said like when you need to be even more on point with everything if you're going to be taking shit, and you almost have to work harder because if you're going to be taking,
I still fully believe that statement from Bigger, Stronger, Faster is that the people I've met on gear work out way fucking harder than the people I've met who piss and moan about being natural.
Right.
The truth is I'm not pro-drug, I'm not anti-drug, I just fucking don't care.
Right,
just
exactly.
own it.
Yeah, I've competed against people both.
The issue isn't the PEDs or the steroids. The issue is the people being dishonest about them to get ahead, whether it be to sell their training programs or diet, stuff like that, or people who are competing in tested federations against people who are natural. That's only where I take issue.
That's been part of the game too. I just look, as long as anything's been contested, people have fucking tried to cheat.
This is also true.
Fucking NASCAR the whole fucking NASCAR sport is built on cheating.
Yeah.
I've competed against people on and I've competed against people fucking clean, and I don't know. The reason I've always competed was never this fucking trophy chase. I never fucking cared about getting beat by someone. I always cared about how I did, and am I making progress? Did I do the best I could that day under those circumstances? Yeah. And that was it. I would much rather go out and have a good day throwing and feel good and feel like I did my job of what I have trained to do and take fucking third or fourth because other people were better than me for whatever fucking reason that is. Okay. They're fucking better than me.
Right. That's okay.
I'm all right with that. I'm fucking not the best at anything.
You've been the best twice.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
That's the other thing that people don't understand.
You play it down and everything, but that's like a big fucking deal, man.
It's fun. It's fun. It's not a big fucking deal. I throw rocks in a field. Like, it's not. The best way I can say it is I'm super fucking proud of it, and I play it down a hair. And I love the Highland Games. The Highland Games are the fucking best thing I've ever done. I love it. I love getting to travel and compete. But that's what I love about it. Like, I love being able to push myself. I love getting to throw, and I like the training, and I get to see the world and hang out with other people that I like. That's fucking way more what it's about than how far I threw.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just the vehicle that gets me there. And I don't have any trophies displayed in my house. Yeah. Anywhere. Yeah. It's not what it's about. I'm not collecting that. I collect life experience.
My powerlifting medals are in a fucking drawer somewhere.
I rarely even travel home with them.
When we were in Louisiana filming, like in your truck, you're like, oh, reach in the toolbox. They're under all the medals.
Yeah, that's it's not my thing.
I was like, that's funny to me. That's funny to me.
I mean, pause.
We can wrap up. We'll call this one the serious one and wrap it up.
All
right. Next episode, it's just gonna be us fucking off.
All right.
We're going to talk about social media. It's probably going to get real serious.
Yeah.
It'll probably
Super
most of them will be.
serious.
We're gonna do some informative shit.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the flat Earth, I believe.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll dive into that and
Get a fucking
okay.
boat.
So we'll see you guys next time.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Cheers.
Okay, bye.